Hello, I'm John Hartledge. Welcome to my channel. You know, I'm often reminded how great wine conjures great memories. 2006, an amazing year in Napa. 2006, a fabulous year in my own life. Let's chat wine. ...2006 Merlot from Napa. Now, it's not going to be easy to find. And I did splurge a little on the bottle. So those are two factors right there. But man, when I saw the bottle, I thought, what an opportunity. And of course, that was my wedding year, you know, and I just got all wistful and I thought, Merlot, the best Merlots, especially from Napa, become amazing wines with a little time in the bottle. And in 2006, I mean, this was before this, these grapes were on the vine, let's put it that way, when I was getting married. But it was so funny. In the past episode, I've talked about the movie Sideways and the effect that it had on the wine market. It was unbelievable. But even that big effect on the wine market did not stop good winemakers like Cakebread Cellars from still keeping on with an amazing grape that's known as Merlot. Because one thing to remember, even at the time when Merlot was crashing just because of a statement in a movie, the best wine in the world was Petrus from Bordeaux, France, which is 100% Merlot. So Merlot, we know how good that grape is, but it really doesn't start to show itself until a little bit of time goes by. And here's the thing, it's not about showing things that are new, it's showing things that are already there. It's more like an unveiling over time. So you start with primary flavors, then secondary flavors, then tertiary flavors. At the 12-year mark in the bottle, so 2006, 18 months oak aging, and 6 months settling, so a good 2 years before it hits the market. This is at the time of filming, we're in this bottle like 12 years. So you're certainly getting to secondary flavors, because what happens is the wine has a life because of fruit and acid. So the acid starts to soften. The fruit starts to fade or change. Oxidation, not oxymoronic. No way, not in a wine this good. Oxidation. That's a cool little but that's what it is. It's all about the oxygen, because the oxygen changes the fruit. So it starts to change the flavors. You start to get, well, maybe another 5 years, 6 years, you start to get a little bit of cook, a little bit of baking happening to some of those fruits. But we're hopefully going to see the start of tertiary, third level. Why don't they say primary, secondary, thirdinary? No, tertiary. Okay, oh, that cork is beautiful. My corkscrew went right in there. I'm gonna get this cork out of here. Oh, well, look at that, don't panic. So the top of the cork is a little dry, and that's actually encouraging because wine never got pushed in or to the outer part. So we're gonna rescue this. There we go. Okay, now the key here, when you have this happen, keep pressure, downward pressure on the cork as you twist the corkscrew into it. Because if you don't keep downward pressure, it may start to shave off the other dry parts of the cork. Keep that downward pressure, because then you can actually get that corkscrew to actually grab in there. And now I've got a good grab, you can tell, because the corkscrew's not moving. And we're gonna go ahead and go through the cork and get it out this way. Just a little. Wow, it doesn't want to come out. That's crazy. Okay, now we're gonna pull this out. I didn't think I would need my Durand. So, past episode recently of the Durand, And here we go, rescuing a cork that's having a little trouble. Here we go. So here we go. Let's put that first part in. Let's see if we can't get this in. So we're gonna grab it with the corkscrew. Let's see if I'm gonna go a different angle. See, maybe if I don't wanna go in the same exact corkscrew hole, but let's see. Okay, there we go. So we're gonna load it up. Then we're gonna take our prongs. Oh my gosh, I'm so glad this happened because this is such an opportunity. Okay, see, I'm looking at the capsule so I can see that the prongs are about to go to the outside. Here we go. See if we can save this baby. Oh yes, oh yes. Now we have an awesome lock on the cork. Cork screws in, the prongs are on either side. Now we got it locked, we're just gonna twist. Oh, look at the cork coming out. I know in this past episode I was like a little kid in a candy store and I can't believe it works so well. Here it comes. Oh, and you know, that is a save. So my only mistake, when you get up to the top, obviously those prongs are gonna flip, but I got lucky. Everything flipped to the outside, so that's fine. That's what the tablecloth's for. All right, excellent. That is a major save. Ta-da! Nice. Okay, now let's get back to Merlot. So it's more of like a peeling away or an unveiling, if you will, of the acid. You unveil the acid, you change the fruit, and all of a sudden other flavors start to show themselves that have always been there, but you just maybe didn't get them because of, you know what, we might have a little sediment. So I'm going to reach over. Look at that. Not an aerator. We already have a good bit of age on this, so I didn't think we would need to aerate. But just in case there's a little sediment, I have a little funnel, a little screen, and here we go. Okay, good. It does aerate it just a little, just passing through that funnel. This isn't like a Bernoulli's principle or anything like that. We're not forcing air into it. Okay, now let's taste. 2006. Oh, it's an amazing year for a wedding. A week before we were to be married, we had a 50-year magnitude flood in our area, and we had to change our venue. Saturday's the wedding. We were changing the venue Thursday night and Friday morning. Day before, we got a new venue. Life is amazing, but it made for amazing memories. I have to do a little John Denver. It's coming. It's a little song that I sang to my wife. For you, for the rest of my life. For you, for the best of my life. For you alone, only for you. That was for you, honey. She's actually our artistic director. Cheers. Merlot starts to get this velvety quality. The plumminess comes out. And I have to say, even at 12 years, there's a lot of tannin on this. But I am starting to get a secondary, this little bit of an aged fruit. But I think I'm gonna do some Bernoulli's principle on this. Absolutely. We're gonna go here and let's do a little Bernoulli's. We are gonna Venturi this thing because it is still showing some tannin. So let's try it. Here it comes. You know my favorite sound. Inertia is gonna grab air and infuse it into the water. I always giggle because it's just amazing. So let's clean the palate. Okay, let's see. Here we go. Now, there we go. Plum just got huge. These plum, this cedar, this little bit of earth, and starting to get a little more of a silky finish. So, a wine that certainly is ageable. I didn't, if you notice in the notes, I didn't put a glass price. I put a bottle price, because usually a restaurant would not offer a wine of this age by the glass. So it's bottle price. It's about $65 in that price range. I don't think it would appreciate that much more, mainly because there's not as much of a demand for Merlot in the cellar. Cabernet is what you would use for the 15-year, the 20-year. But I will tell you, Napa Merlot, it has that great potential to age and really just unveil these amazing flavors. So this is delicate. It's a little more lean than I would like. Maybe it had a little more fruit 3 years ago, but still worthy, especially with the decant. And that because 2006 was a pretty tannic year. But there's a lot in there. It just has to be uncovered. So that's breathe it, decant it, Bernoulli it. I mean, you get some oxygen on that, and boy, that would really help. I still say absolutely yes. I met Bruce Cakebread, who became their winemaker in the 80s. I met him at 1990, and amazing family. The Cakebread family, a really funny story. I love their Chardonnay. It's got this really nice yeasty kind of character that's unique. But they're in the Rutherford area of Napa, now Rutherford, Oakville, Howell Mountain. Some really great catchphrase because of the history and the quality of those areas where their vineyards are. So they're dealing with some of the best fruit in Napa and making great wines. Come see me again. Let's chat wine.